Greetings, fellow gardeners at the Humus Heritage. Welcome back to our channel where we explore the ancient wisdom of soil building and the modern science behind truly sustainable gardening. If you've ever wondered why some gardens absolutely burst with vitality, while others seem to struggle, despite your best efforts, today's guide holds the answer. We're diving deep into a revolutionary soil amendment that transforms three everyday elements: rainwater, charcoal, and leaves into a powerful growth accelerant that will fundamentally change how your garden performs. Imagine stepping into your garden and witnessing plants that positively glow with health, their leaves vibrant and their root systems robust. Now imagine knowing that this thriving ecosystem owes its vitality to something you probably toss into the yard waste pile every autumn. This is the magic we're about to unlock together. Today, we're not just gardening, we're restoring soil to the level of fertility that nature itself intended, using a method inspired by the legendary terra preta soils of the Amazon that have sustained incredible abundance for centuries. Most gardeners don't realize that their soil might be the hidden bottleneck preventing their gardens from reaching their true potential. Year after year, we extract nutrients from our soil through harvests, watch them leach away with rainfall, and wonder why we need to keep adding more fertilizer to maintain even modest results. Chemical fertilizers offer a quick fix, but leave our soil increasingly depleted and lifeless. They disrupt the delicate microbial communities that make soil truly fertile, and they contribute to environmental degradation that extends far beyond our garden gates. But what if there was another way? What if we could work with nature's own systems to create soil so fertile, so alive, and so nutrient-rich that it actually regenerates itself over time? This is precisely what the ultimate soil elixir does. By combining three simple, natural elements through a straightforward fermentation process, we create a living nutrient-holding matrix that mimics the most fertile soils on Earth. This isn't just another gardening hack, it's a paradigm shift in how we approach soil health and sustainable growing. Component 1 is the rainwater advantage. Rainwater is far more than just free water. It's nature's gift to gardeners who know how to capture and use it strategically. While most of us have access to tap water, rainwater represents a fundamentally superior option for activating our soil elixir. Tap water typically contains chlorine and fluoride, chemicals designed to kill microorganisms. For our purposes, these are actually detrimental because we're trying to create an environment where beneficial microbes can thrive and multiply. Rainwater, by contrast, arrives naturally chlorine-free and free of the salts and minerals that accumulate in treated municipal water systems. Beyond purity, rainwater actually contains dissolved nitrogen from the atmosphere, a key nutrient that plants desperately need. This atmospheric nitrogen, captured naturally during rainfall, becomes part of our elixir, adding another layer of nutrient availability to our mixture without any external inputs. Setting up rainwater harvesting is remarkably simple and doesn't require elaborate infrastructure. A basic food-grade barrel positioned under a gutter downspout works beautifully for most home gardeners. Add a simple screen to filter out debris, and you've created your own nutrient source. To keep your collected rainwater clean and free of contaminants, ensure your collection system is covered to prevent mosquito breeding and debris accumulation. Store the water in a cool location if possible, and use it within a few weeks for maximum benefit. This simple practice not only provides superior water for our elixir, but also reduces your dependence on municipal water systems and helps capture precipitation that would otherwise run off your property. Component 2 is charcoal's hidden power. The charcoal we use in this process isn't the type you'd use on a grill that often contains chemical additives and lighter fluids that would compromise our results. Instead, we're working with biochar, which is created by burning wood scraps in a low-oxygen environment. The result is a material with an almost impossibly porous structure, riddled with microscopic chambers and cavities. This porosity is the secret to charcoal's remarkable effectiveness in soil. Think of biochar as a nutrient sponge with literally millions of tiny pockets waiting to absorb and hold water, minerals, and beneficial microorganisms. A single teaspoon of biochar can have a surface area equivalent to several football fields. This extraordinary characteristic means the charcoal in our elixir becomes a long-lasting nutrient battery in your soil. It captures essential elements like nitrogen, potassium, calcium, and magnesium, preventing them from leaching away during heavy rains or regular watering. More importantly, it creates the ideal habitat for beneficial microbes and fungi to establish colonies, effectively building a living library of soil organisms that work tirelessly on your plant's behalf. Creating biochar from wood scraps is simpler than many gardeners expect. Any untreated wood, branches, prunings, or scrap lumber can be burned down until it's completely blackened but not reduced to ash. This material, when crushed into small pieces, becomes the foundation of our soil amendment. Now let's talk about leafy gold nature's compost. Leaves represent nature's compost in its most concentrated form, packed with micronutrients and organic matter accumulated during the growing season. Rather than bagging these and sending them away, we're transforming them into a powerful component of our elixir. The ideal leaf collection includes a mixture of brown, fully dried leaves, and slightly greener leaves that may still have some moisture content. Always avoid leaves that have been treated with pesticides or fungicides, as these will compromise the microbial activity we're trying to cultivate. When we gently crush these leaves and ferment them with our other components, we're essentially jump-starting the decomposition process. The leaves provide the food that microbes need to thrive, and as they break down, they release their stored nutrients and create humic acids, the compounds that make soil fertile and resilient. This is the same process that happens over years in a traditional compost pile, but in our elixir, it's concentrated and accelerated through the fermentation process. Now, let's talk about the synergistic magic. Why these three elements work together. Individually, each component offers value to your garden, but when combined and fermented together, they create something far more powerful than the sum of their parts. The rainwater serves as the activating medium, providing the moisture necessary for fermentation and microbial activity. As the leaves begin to break down, they release organic acids that the porous charcoal absorbs, becoming charged with these beneficial compounds. Simultaneously, microbes from the rainwater and the decomposing leaves begin to colonize the charcoal's surface, creating a thriving microbial ecosystem before the mixture even touches your soil. This synergistic relationship creates a self-reinforcing cycle. The charcoal protects the microbes while providing them with habitat. The leaves feed these microbes. The rainwater enables the entire process. Together, they create a material that fundamentally transforms how your soil functions, improving water retention by up to 50% in some cases, while simultaneously enhancing nutrient availability and creating conditions where beneficial fungi can establish vast underground networks. So, let's get into the elixir unveiled. Creating and applying your soil superfood. Creating your ultimate soil elixir begins with gathering your materials. You'll need a large food-grade bucket or container, dried leaves, lightly crushed to increase surface area, natural lump charcoal that's been crushed into small, gritty pieces, and your harvested rainwater. Alright, so, start by combining about equal parts of crushed charcoal and crushed leaves in your container, then go ahead and cover everything completely with rainwater. Now the exact ratios can be tweaked a bit depending on your soil. If you've got sandier soil, you might want to use a bit more leaves for that extra organic matter, and if your soil's heavy on clay, well, a bit more charcoal can really help with drainage. Now comes the fermentation phase, which usually takes about 2 to 3 days. Just place your container somewhere it won't get disturbed, but remember to stir the mixture once or twice a day with a sturdy stick. This aeration is super important. It helps the whole mix ferment evenly and gives those beneficial aerobic microbes a chance to thrive. You'll notice the water getting darker, kinda like strong tea. After 2 or 3 days, if you catch a mild, slightly sour smell, that means you've nailed it. The microbes are breaking down the leaf cell walls and charging up the charcoal with all their byproducts. The mixture you've got now looks a lot like dark tea, with soggy leaves and gritty black bits floating around. This, right here, is your living elixir, and it's ready to use. For new garden beds or even those tired raised beds, simply pour the whole mixture right into the planting area and cover it lightly with your existing soil or maybe some mulch. If you're working with established plants, you can apply the mixture around the base, or, if you prefer, strain out the solids and use the liquid as a powerful liquid feed. Just dilute it with a bit more water. The solid bits, the charcoal and those partially decomposed leaves will stay in your soil, working their magic for years to come. What we're creating here, it really mimics the legendary terra preta soils of the Amazon, which amazingly remain fertile and productive centuries after their initial creation by indigenous peoples. These so-called dark earth soils contain abundant charcoal, and honestly, they represent some of the most fertile soils ever documented. The charcoal's role in this system, well, it just cannot be overstated. Its porous structure creates an ideal microhabitat for beneficial bacteria, fungi, and other soil organisms. These microbes form extensive networks throughout the soil, breaking down organic matter, converting it into forms plants can easily access, and even forming symbiotic relationships with plant roots. The charcoal also improves soil structure dramatically. It lightens heavy clay soils by improving drainage and aeration, while adding body and stability to sandy soils that would otherwise drain too quickly. The fermented leaves contribute both immediate and long-term benefits. In the short term, they provide readily available nutrients and organic matter that feed the microbial community. Over the longer term, as they continue to decompose, the Siddhi Mard Hum Mainimi. Your soil, the dark, rich material that holds nutrients and water, and gives healthy soil its characteristic earthy aroma and crumbly texture. The rainwater, well, it really ties everything together. Its natural purity and low mineral content allow microbes to thrive without the inhibitory effects of chlorine or excess salts. The small amounts of dissolved nitrogen it naturally contains add another nutrient source. Beyond these direct benefits, rainwater simply works in harmony with natural soil processes in ways that chlorinated tap water just cannot. Creating and using this soil elixir represents far more than just a gardening technique. It's a statement about our relationship with our land and our planet. Every batch you create reduces your reliance on chemical fertilizers with all their associated environmental costs. You're recapturing nutrients that would otherwise be wasted. You're reducing the water you need to irrigate, and you're building soil fertility that compounds year after year rather than depleting it. This approach also, represents a fundamental shift toward waste reduction. The leaves you once discarded become nutrient sources. The wood scraps that might have gone to a landfill become biochar. The rainwater that runs off your roof becomes a precious gardening input. You're not fighting against natural cycles, you're working with them, amplifying them, and capturing their benefits for your garden. We encourage you to document and share your results. Photograph your plants before and after using the elixir. Notice how your soil structure improves, how less frequent watering becomes necessary, how plants grow with more vigor and resilience. Share these observations with our community here at the Humus Heritage. Your experiences help other gardeners understand what's possible and inspire them to take control of their soil health. Your garden awaits. The ultimate soil elixir isn't a mysterious formula or a secret available only to professional horticulturists. It's simply nature's own process, concentrated and intentionally directed. It's rainwater and leaves and charcoal working together in harmony, creating fertility that will serve your garden for years to come. Begin creating your elixir today. Your plants will respond with vigor you may have never witnessed before. Your garden, and the planet itself, will thank you for taking this step toward truly sustainable, regenerative growing. If you found this guide valuable, please subscribe to the Humus Heritage channel for more deep dives into sustainable soil building and regenerative gardening practices. Share this guide with fellow gardeners in your community. Spreading knowledge about soil health is one of the most powerful ways we can collectively improve our gardens and our world. Happy growing, friends!